Ghost from Cody Rhodes' past to cost him the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre? Could a ghost from Cody Rhodes' past cost him the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre? As Cody Rhodes stands atop WWE as its leading hero and undisputed champion, one question continues to follow him wherever he goes. Has Cody truly finished his story, or has he only closed one chapter? With Drew McIntyre positioned as a relentless challenger, the possibility looms that Cody's past, in the form of an old rival, betrayed ally, or unresolved feud, could return at the worst possible moment. And if WWE has proven anything across decades of storytelling, it is that ghosts rarely stay buried when championship gold is at stake. This raises a compelling question. Could someone from Cody's past cost him the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre? And what would such a moment mean for the next evolution of his journey? Cody's rise to the top has been built on perseverance, legacy, and redemption. But baked into that heroic arc is a very real sense of vulnerability. Cody is not a cold strategist or detached tactician. He is a deeply emotional character, shaped by loyalty, betrayal, and personal history. He has enemies from multiple eras, unfinished business stemming from both AEW and WWE, and a career that thrives on narrative continuity. That makes him relatable, but also dangerously exposed. Unlike champions who operate with ruthless efficiency, Cody fights with heart, and that very trait could become his undoing if someone chooses to exploit it. Drew McIntyre, on the other hand, has reshaped himself into a driven, bitter, and morally conflicted figure. He is a man who believes fate robbed him of his rightful moment, forced to carry the burden of being a pandemic-era champion with no live crowd to validate his triumph. His character now walks the line between justified frustration and obsession, a chaotic finish that protects Cody's aura while simultaneously fueling Drew's intensity aligns perfectly with WWE's current storytelling philosophy. Layered narratives, emotional stakes, and morally gray consequences. Among the figures from Cody's past who could resurface, Randy Orton stands out as perhaps the most psychologically powerful threat, the mentor who never truly let go. Their shared history and legacy, Orton's role as a twisted guiding figure, and the lingering emotional shadow of their relationship could serve as the spark for a catastrophic turning point. Even as allies, their connection is fragile, built on respect, rivalry, and unresolved tension. WWE history repeatedly reminds us that betrayals between friends cut deeper than any enemy attack. A sudden RKO at the peak of a title match would not simply cost Cody the championship, it would tear at the very core of his identity, transforming their bond into a deeply personal battlefield. The Bloodline also remains an ever-present force in Cody's narrative, representing a debt that may never fully be repaid. Cody may have defeated Roman Reigns to complete his defining moment, but the ripples of that victory continue to spread. Solo Sikoa's ascent to authority, lingering questions surrounding Jimmy Uso, and the faction's shifting internal dynamics all form the foundation of a lingering storm. Interference from the Bloodline would not only reassert their presence in the post-Reigns era, but would also reignite unresolved conflict, framing Drew McIntyre's victory as simultaneously opportunistic and controversial. Cody losing through Bloodline involvement preserves his credibility while opening the door to an entirely new chapter in the ongoing saga. Perhaps the most seismic possibility, however, would be the arrival of MJF, a figure who embodies the most emotionally complex ghost from Cody's journey. Their shared past is layered with rivalry, mentorship, betrayal, and blurred loyalty. A crossover confrontation would blur the line between fiction and reality, tapping into years of history beyond WWE's walls. Few individuals understand Cody's strengths and vulnerabilities as intimately as MJF. A silent presence at ringside, a subtle smirk, and a perfectly timed distraction would not simply shock the wrestling world, it would instantly establish MJF as a game-changing presence within WWE's landscape. Drew McIntyre emerges as the ideal beneficiary of such chaos precisely because his character thrives in moral ambiguity. He does not require a clean victory to solidify his legitimacy. In fact, a tainted win reinforces his belief that he deserves success, regardless of how it arrives. If an outside factor hands him the title, Drew can stand before the audience with equal parts anger and conviction, insisting that he never asked for help, but that he earned the moment destiny once denied him. This kind of reign creates friction, debate, and emotional investment, the exact ingredients WWE seeks in a modern championship story.